I'm Angie Austin with Oil and Gas 360, and we are here at the 2017 EnerCom Oil and Gas Conference. And we're joined by Chris Kalnin, and he is with Kalnin Ventures. He is the managing director at Kalnin Ventures. Welcome, Chris.
Thanks, Angie.
Let's start with this question. It's got a little quote in it, okay?
Yeah.
Kalnin has said its focus is on, quote, non-operated assets in de-risked sweet spots of mature, unconventional plays. So can you tell us what that means in terms of geography and rock?
Yeah, so that's a lot of words there, but essentially we're talking about well control. So we look at an area that is very saturated with wells so that we can statistically measure the risk that we're taking. And we're a very quantitative investment firm. We look at real statistical risk around what we're taking with these wells. We like the Marcellus particular because that rock is very consistent in how it delivers gas. And so we look at the Marcellus is really our focus area right now. We see the risk is extremely measurable, and the deals are very attractive from a valuation perspective. And then on the non-operated side, all that means is we're a minority equity holder. So we own a portion of the well, but somebody else is actually kind of running the day-to-day operations. But we directly hold interest in the wells and the leases themselves.
I see. All right, you talked about the Marcellus. Let's talk about your main plays right now and where you are looking to grow.
Yeah, so we are focused on the Marcellus. We see there's a lot of running room. And from a non-operated perspective, a lot of people don't realize that somewhere between 40 to 50% of all the gas produced in the Marcellus is non-operated. And that's a function of the way that the leases were set up and the ownership structure from when the play really got hot. And so we see that as big running room. Longer term, we look at a lot of the large unconventional plays as being very attractive. We see there's a niche in the market for partners who want to come in, bring capital, bring some technical and data analytics expertise, and work with operators to help them turbocharge their growth and their cash flows. And so we see that in the Bakken, we see that in the Marcellus, we see that in the Permian, the Eagle Ford, and the Montney, particularly.
All right, let's talk about operators. What types of operators do you look to invest in, and why specifically?
So we like predictable. We like operators that have typically public, they're large independents, they've got technical expertise, decently capitalized, and so we're not worried about their financial health, and that they're looking to grow steady production with a real kind of economic rationale behind that. So we feel that you could look at the Marcellus and probably name a bunch of the top 3 or 4 operators in those different parts of the play, and those would be the folks that we'd want to work with. We see that as really being the place that we can, as a team, add a lot of value, and as we can benefit as well from the operators and how they develop those plays.
Makes sense. All right, Kalnin is involved internationally with a coal mining and power generation company in Thailand. So how did that investment start, given that it's greatly diversified from your focus area?
Yeah, so the link is actually real personal. I'm half Thai. I speak Thai fluently, and so have a lot of contacts and relationships there. And I worked as a consultant in Asia for several years. That's how I got into energy. And so they were very interested in diversifying. So the link is diversification.
Okay.
They wanted to get out of, well, not get out of, but diversify away from coal. And being a power company, the diversification is gas. And so that was the synergy. And then where better to invest in U.S. gas than unconventionals in U.S.
Yeah.
And so they approached me and wanted us to quarterback an effort to really help them find attractive assets. And that was really the link. And so they continue to be very bullish and really supportive of what we're doing here.
And not a bad location to travel to for work.
No, so when I have investor meetings, I go to Bangkok, and then I go to Phuket, and then go to the beach. So, I mean, how does it get better than that, right?
Right.
So,
well, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, Chris. Again, Chris Kalnin, and I am Angie Austin with Oil and Gas 360 here at the 2017 EnerCom Oil and Gas Conference. Thanks for joining us.